effort and in terms of keeping that one in play. And it has resulted into a better flow of offense for them. That's the reason why they had definitely a much better offensive efficiency, and it showed visibly that it was just not T4 scoring for them, and it created havoc on our rotation in terms of balance. Vietnam forced the Philippines to scramble a lot, thereby disallowing the Philippines from launching a decent attack. In fact, during the last part of the second set, it was Gia Morado who served as the playmaker for the Philippines, for Team Philippines.
And you're right, Coach Ronnie, even though T4 scored majority of the points for Vietnam in set number 2, tumulong si Bui, si Nguyen Thi Xuan, and Wang.
Yung tulong na yon, hindi pa inot-inot, diba? Kundi tuloy-tuloy. At kung dati binabantayan lang dun sa unang set ay si T4, dito ang dami na kailangang bigyan ng atensyon ng Philippines sa offense ng Vietnam.
Now, an adjustment here by Coach Shaq de Los Santos. Mylene Pan starting this set, Coach Ronnie.
Right. Let's see if what kind of impact Pat will create for Team Philippines, as the Philippines is off to another good start. The third straight set that the Philippines will take an early advantage versus Vietnam.
And DMAC will get the second ace of the Philippines here in this match. Hindi pa nakaka-service ace ang Vietnam. Look at the focus in the eyes of Majoy Baron. Ball is in the air. Gwen. Makadili. Molina over the blockers. T4 from the back row. This everywhere was there. That's what the Philippines has to do. They also have to make T4 work.
Correct. The way they did. The way they attacked Eliza Valdez on their way to taking the lead away from Team Philippines in the midpoint of the second set.
Bui. And another save by Don Makandili.
Right.
Running attack by Bui.
Not this time. Makandili tried to cover the sideline, but Bui will not be denied. First point for Bui and Team Vietnam. Back set, running hit, no problem. Able to get past the defense of Molina. Second line of defense was there. But that ball was too quick for Makandili to keep in play.
That was just a situation wherein slightly better offense was greater than excellent defense. That's just high-level offense and defense from Bui and Makandili, respectively. Valdez from the back row. T4 will try to respond, and she does.
And the heart and soul of Vietnam once again rises to the occasion. Look at the way she cleanly finishes off this offense, even against the double wall, even against the tallest blocker in our roster. T4 will not be defended in that last attack play. Another point for T4. A scoring machine indeed for Vietnam.
Already 16 points in the match for Tran Thi Van Thuy. Pat. T4 again. Molina, cross court. When the libero of Vietnam also doing a good job checking those cross court attacks.
Once again, after a blistering start, Vietnam has been able to recover. And the only time that we saw them a little shaky was in the first set. Probably drowned by cheers, probably affected by sa dami ng nag-cheer dito, sa dami ng iyawan. But right now, they have shut off that distraction and played a better match. And that's why this is an early takeaway of the lead for Vietnam. Kanina, nasa second technical timeout nung inabot tayo. Dito, mabilis kumawit at nakuha yung kalamangan laban sa Pilipinas.
This is Nguyen Thi Xuan. Ito yung pasa ni Kat Arado. Combination play. Wang. Molina. And this is the most composed we've seen Vietnam.
Substitution for the Philippines, number 6 out, number 9, Aya Laure.
And now is the first major adjustment for Coach Shaq. At ito hindi situational sub. Ito, this is a response to what is happening inside because the Philippines has lost its control. Not able to establish a momentum the way they did in the first 2 sets. And now Vietnam has not only taken the lead away, has been an early 3-point lead at 6-3.
Aya Laure, the youngest player on our roster, 20 years old. Superstar from the University of Santo Tomas, getting her first experience in the Southeast Asian Games.
The youngest player, I believe, in the roster,
Yeah.
Coach Shaq.
Swerte na lang yun para kay Bui. How do you stop a juggernaut like T4, Coach Ronnie?
Can't stop her, just have to contain her. Just have to make sure that at least the blockers are always present, and then you have to be very efficient in your coverage, in the floor defense. Hindi pwedeng isang line of defense lang eh. At hindi pwedeng single blocker lang. Hindi talaga pwede. Sobrang husay. Finally, the Philippines able to score courtesy of Mylene Paat. Let's take a look at the last sequence. Paat going to a difficult angle. Almost a cut shot for Paat.
Laure getting that one in. D4 using the left hand, sinabayan ni Paat. D4 na naman. Now, could that be early signs of fatigue, Coach Ronnie, for the 22-year-old?
Well, in the hearts and minds of the Filipinos, they hope so. But conditioning is also an essential part in terms of preparation. At naipakita niya, nakaka-recover siya eh. Lalong-lalo na pag nakakatulong yung mga teammates niya sa opensa.
They go to Wang in the middle. Laure.
Laure fails to connect on her first attack. A little cold, perhaps. Vietnam's still maintaining a 2-point lead.
Bui has provided the support
Correct.
that T4 needs in this match. Paat na naman. Sinabayan ni T4. Free ball mapupunta sa Vietnam. And T4 will hit it over Mylene. Alyssa goes down the line.
Alyssa Valdez waxed hot late in the second set. But with the Philippines losing its grip on the lead, Alyssa Valdez needs more touches as the Philippines aims to put more pressure on Vietnam's defense because Vietnam has the Philippines on their heels early on here in the third set. 1-point lead Vietnam versus the Philippines at 7-6.
Running attack for Vietnam.
Good coverage for Vietnam.
Laure pops it up from the back row. Alyssa.
Check ball. Alyssa scores once again. And when Alyssa is on, the crowd is also behind her. Let's see if this will re-energize the Philippines. Alyssa scoring against the double block. Alyssa scored the last 2 points for the Philippines.
Alyssa now has 12 points here in this match. Huang.
Vietnam will protect a 1-point lead. The first time that they will take the lead heading to the first technical timeout in the first 3 sets.
Balanced scoring from our women's national team. We've seen the greatness of T4 and the support from the likes of Bui and Wang. I have a feeling we're going to see a couple of more surprises moving forward, Coach Ronnie.
We'll see everything that we are expecting. Nobody said it was going to be easy to get a medal. Only 4 teams are competing in the women's division. And whatever happens in this match for Team Philippines, we will battle for a medal. But of course, what we want is to battle for the gold. Top 2 teams will square off for the top spot, while yung bottom 2 will fight for the bronze medal. In a very short competition, dito sa ating women's division.
Now, did you expect to see this? 3 rookies, SEA Games rookies, that is Maddie Madayag, Kat Arado, and Ea Laure on the floor at the same time, Coach Ron?
Our coaches will have that gut feeling to make the necessary adjustments based on what he is seeing. And that is something that we are seeing right now of Coach Shaq. Kung ano yung tingin niyang tama, kung ano yung pakiramdam mo pwedeng gumana, gagawin mo. Because Vietnam has been able to make the necessary adjustments on their own, solving the defense of the Philippines early on. And they're able to score and penetrate the defense of Team Philippines. Team Philippines down by 2, 10-8 here in the third set.
Ito yung klase ng lineup na hindi nasa scout ng ating mga kalaban.
At ito rin yung klase ng lineup na inaasahan mo na ididikit yung laban at hindi lalaki yung kalamangan ng kalaban, and hope that when your starters are back, may turn around kang mangyayari.
D4. Arado with a pass. Madayag on her first running attack in her SEA Games career. Bumapak sa attack line.
She's human after all. Almost scoring at will. The scoring machine commits that line infraction. Stepping on the line. On the attack line rather. 2-point lead for Vietnam. Eliza tries to push the Philippines closer to Vietnam.
When ball is back in the air. Laure on the drop ball. D4 this time made sure that she did not step on the attack line, but ang ating mga middle blockers made sure na hindi makakalusot yung bola.
And that's why Maddie Madayag made the cut. One of the top blockers in the UAP. I believe that in one instance had nearly 10 blocks in a single match. The Philippines has tied the count at 11. And you were asking me earlier, is this a well-thought move? And the answer is yes. Coach Shaq knows his players more than anyone else. Alam niya yung pulso, alam niya yung timbre, and you rely on your gut feel. And of course, nag-uusap-usap yan ang kanyang mga assistant coaches. Excellent drop shot coming from Vietnam. Very seldom do you find Don Macandili late to cover. Look at this last play. That was a drop coming from T4 as Madayag and Laure combined for the double wall. Look at the direction of that drop shot. Well placed.
D-Mac to Laure.
Oh yes.
It's that UST connection. Past and present.
I like that. And with the connection still there, Laure scores her first point in the Southeast Asian Games. Certainly not the last. Madayag, Laure creating impact plays for the Philippines off the bench.
Running attack mula kay Bui.
Composure has been the name of the game. We talk about points. They were under duress 2 straight sets. Able to recover in the second set after dropping the first set 25-21. And also coming alive after being down earlier against Team Philippines here in the third set. Vietnam still with a 1-point lead at 13-12. Second service error for the playmaker.
Aside from their skill and talent, I believe nakatulong din yung kasikatan ng Ea Laure at Maddie Madayag, especially nowadays sa ating kabataan.
Kaya naman sila sumikat dahil magagaling sila at saka worth emulating.
That's why the crowd is getting louder and louder as Laure tries to get this one through.
Excellent defense from Vietnam. First shutting down the middle attacker and then covering Ea Laure. Would have been the second point for Laure. Instead, Vietnam still has a 1-point lead at 14-13.
Vietnam doing a good job of blocking out the noise. Quick attack para kay Baron. D4 has just scored her 20th point of the match.
And the reaction says it all. Could be the pivotal set that both teams are chasing.
In the battle for third 2 years ago, Philippines versus Vietnam, D4 scored 26 points.
Ooh,
And an ace right there.
the 3-point lead for Vietnam at 16-13. Set count 1-all, 25-21 Philippines first set, 25-23 for Vietnam in that second set win.
This is the Philippines.
Here in this all-important set number 3. Coach Shaq de los Santos showing a lot of trust to his first-timers. Arado, Madayag, and Laure. But Vietnam just showing us their experience.
Able to recover once again, keeping its poise. Not allowing the Philippines to take the lead away from them after they took the driver's seat away from the Philippines. After being down early, Vietnam with another 4-point lead. As the Philippines will continue to miss. Biggest lead for Vietnam in all sets combined. 5-point lead for Vietnam, 18-13.
Shaq de los Santos sticking with the same lineup here.
This is a very critical situation right now for the Philippine team. A sink or swim situation, down 5.
Baron. And that's on the line.
We needed that. Last point comes from Majoy Baron. Finally, a point from the middle hitter. The first set,
There is a challenge on the
at least
call.
3 or 4 points were scored by
Ball in,
Baron
ball out.
or Maranyo, or either Maranyo for that matter.
Let's see if it's on the line.
Tama na naman ang Vietnam.
That would have been Majoy's first point in the third set.
And we will be down by 6.
This is now the biggest lead that Vietnam has held at
Right,
any
by 6.
point in this match.
The first time that any team will have a big breakaway.
Rado gives up a free ball. Wang. Makulangan to Laure.
And again, Laura is denied. Arado tried her best to keep that ball in play. Instead, Vietnam is stringing up 2 more consecutive points. Look at the 2-man wall. Tight as it can be.
Substitution for the Philippines. Number 9 out, number 6 sets.
We talked about the body language sa simula pa lang ng laban na to. Right now, Vietnam's body language
Humihit, no?
showing a lot of positives. Paat. D4 going down the line.
Down the line. Once again, transition play for T4. Keeping them afloat. Earlier, Di Makulangan had the advantage against her counterpart. Now the shoe is on the other foot. Philippines having a hard time hitting, or rather reading, the setter of Vietnam.
One of the unsung heroes for Vietnam has been their libero, Nguyen Thi Kim Lien.
Substitutions for the Philippines.
And I believe
Number
this
19 out, number 12
will be a total of 9 straight points for Vietnam
Number 7
after
out, number 15.
the score was at 13 all earlier. when Laure and Matayag made impact plays for the Philippines. But Vietnam able to stay composed, defend the points of attack of the Philippines. More importantly, score in transition against our defense. 3 points away from holding a one-set lead. Up at 22-13 here in the third set.
Morado. And Gonzaga returns to the match and makes an impact.
Substitution
So
for
far,
Vietnam.
Gonzaga
Number 11 out, number
and
17,
of
Tran
course,
Thu
Eliza
Lê.
Valdez have been the top two players offensively for Coach Shaq and the Philippines. But right now, they need help, and they need a lot of help quickly. Molina was present in the first part of the early set, of the first set rather. But natahimik na since then.
Morado tossing it up to Valdez. And now Vietnam is piling up the points off the block.
The net defense of Vietnam has improved immensely compared to what we saw in the first set. And even their floor defense, na kung saan nakitahan natin ng 18 digs in that second set win, has spilled over to the third set. 9-point lead for Vietnam against the Philippines.
Drop ball for Gonzaga.
Good adjustment coming from Joby Gonzaga. Sometimes it's not all about force and power. It's also about reading the defense, taking the correct attempt, executing the right shot.
Sharp serve by Baron. Gwen, the libero, will give it back to the Philippines. Quick attack para kay Madayag.
Ateneo connection. Working for the Philippines. No set point yet for Vietnam. Madayag against the single block.
Timeout, Vietnam.
We can see Coach Gwen Tuan Kiet. That type of demeanor tells us that despite having this huge lead, they do not want to take any chances. They do not want to give the Philippines any confidence heading into the succeeding sets of this match. D4 gets roofed.
And finally, the net defense, which was so evident and successful for the Philippine team in the first set, has come back for the blue shirts.
And Maddie Madayag with 2 kill blocks.
And that is the first rejection against D4 here in the set. Pero sa laki ng puhunan ng Vietnam, they're able to get that last attack in. 7 set points for Vietnam. 36 Trin.
And Coach Wang is the youngest player on this Vietnamese squad at 18 years of age. Quiet in the first set, but solid in sets 2 and in this set.
And we can be sure of the fact that this will not be her last Southeast Asian Games appearance. Valdez continues to impress, eluding the double block, going down the line, beating the second line of defense. 1 set point save by the Philippines.
Regalo para kay Maddie. Pero naka-recover ang Vietnam. Valdez tipping it over the blockers. Mabalik ang bola sa Pilipinas. Valdez will try again. Goes cross-court for the kill.
Familiarity, connection. How many years have these two played together? How many championships have they won together? 2 set point save by Team Philippines. Kanina 3 ang ating naisalba, but we still lost at second set at 25-23.
Before
Very
using
tight.
the left hand. Morado with a pancake, or rather that was Gonzaga.
Vietnam takes set number 3, 25-19.
So
They
Vietnam
now lead this match 2 sets to 1.
composed and fluid Vietnamese squad showing up in set number 3. This was that last attempt.
Yes, a net touch coming from Eliza Valdez. to seal the deal for